The Fed's bailing out the market. Yeah, they're throwing $29 billion at it this month. Holy crap, everyone. Inflation? Yeah. We're also going to talk about the government shutdown and the reason why it's making the market red. Well, it's obvious why it's making the market red, but are we going to get resolution soon? We'll talk XRP, the CZ pardon that Trump has no idea what's going on about, and
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Price action up on the screen. Down 8% for XRP. It's like we're banging babes in Bangkok, except they're not babes. They're dudes with a little bit of banana sliceage. Yeah, faking us out. Now, before we get into the crypto news, oh shit, the red up on the screen, and the Fed injecting $29 billion into liquidity. We're gonna do your comments. Why? Well, it's because you were the viewer, and you matter most. Except for when my wife is down to have fun, then she matters most. Johnny9, that's what I gave her last night, says, love the content. You are one of the few that don't shill XRP like God gave them a dream and said it's the chosen coin or setting unrealistic expectations. That's going to 750 this year, 10,000 in upcoming years. I don't know. It was Friday. I was hanging out on Twitter, and I read some degenerate bullshit posts about XRP by 10,000 on Friday. We're at $2.40. Someone's fucking retarded. And yeah, I know, I don't do the whole, I have a vision thing, or I'm a time traveler, set back in time. Shut the fuck up. Torio. Oh yeah, by the way, everyone, happy Monday. Torio, channel member. Thank you, all the channel members. I love the support. Says, dude, such good vibes. It's hard to have a bad time with you, bro. I know there's bullish and bear activity, but you're generally one of those people who come on and say the stuff no one wants to hear. And I've been in this space since February 2020 COVID and still holding half my 11-cent back. Dude, I'm an OG person. You're an OG person, and I don't sugarcoat. No shilling. No filling you with bullshit, but the real news. How about this? Everything on sale. Again. Why? Well, it's because the United States government isn't working together. The Democrats and Republicans are getting into what day is it? I don't know. I think we're at day 33. That's right. We're at day 33 right now with no end in sight. Heat map, Bitcoin 107,875. ETH is 3717. Oh no, ETH at 4. Come on, girlfriend. XRP down 5.5% to 240. BNB, look at that. Fighting right around the $1,000 mark at 1,019. Down 6%. Sol down 5%. ADA down 5%. Holy shiitakes. And XLM down 5% too. Battling that 30. Set mark. hbar fans. Yo, where did those ETF pumperoni gains go? They went away. hbar now down 7%, essentially at the price where it was before the ETF pump announcement. So when XRP gets its ETF announcement, are we going to get a pump and dump, or are we going to get $10,000 by Friday? Altcoin season index, no, we slid way back on down. Why? BTC dominance. We're at 26 out of 100. Volume woke up a little bit this morning, up 52% to $147 billion. Inflows, well, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. The market ended last week with outflows. Trump denies knowing Binance founder CZ after pardon for money laundering. Okay. If you're supposedly the crypto president, and you're supposedly making the United States the crypto country of the world. And see, I don't play favorites. I'll knock on both sides of the aisle if they do stupid shit. I'll give Republicans praise if they do good. I'll say Republicans suck balls if they do bad. I'll say Democrats get praise if they do good. I'll say Democrats suck balls if they do bad. But Trump, being the crypto presidente of the world, right, because he wants to make the United States a crypto capital of the world, doesn't know who the biggest fucking person in crypto is? Come on now, stop gaslighting us. During a 60 Minutes interview at Mar-a-Lago, Trump defended his decision to pardon CZ. He really doesn't need to, defend it. Presidents pardon people all the time. Fauci got a fucking pardon. Remember the Fauci ouchie little cringy dance that all, the nurses and doctors were doing? Throw them fuckers out in the ocean. Don't give them a life rap. Trump denied any personal connection to CZ and described the persecution as a Biden witch hunt. This is what Trump said. I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that, and I heard it was a Biden witch hunt. Wait, you're the crypto president, you don't know who CZ is? Maybe he's gaslighting us, maybe he's just poking the Democratic bear. CZ's 2023 conviction stemmed from Binance's failure to implement AML controls and KYC problems. The pardon restores CZ's civil rights as U.S. entry eligibility through the regulatory restrictions, but it's going to take them a while because Customs and Border Patrol is backed up. I should know. I went through it at Miami and it sucked balls. When pressed about potential pay-for-play ties between the pardon and his family's crypto adventures, Trump said his sons are in the crypto industry, but they're not government officials. It is pay-to-play. Basically, if you pay the president enough money, you can get anyone pardoned. Yeah. All right. Not good for price. Bitcoin ETF demands start to lag newly mined BTC. Essentially, the outflows of the mini of BTC and ETH are outpacing what's being mined. So they're mining more than what the ETFs are gobbling, and we haven't seen that in a while. How long has it been? Well, it's been a while. Eric Edwards shared a chart illustrating key Bitcoin metrics that track 3 institutional activities, like Bitcoin mined in red, spot ETFs and similar institutional buying in light green, and the digital asset treasury and activity in orange. The total amount of Bitcoin purchased by institutional investors is represented by blue. The analyst shows a staggered decline from demand from digital asset treasuries and ETFs since mid-August. Whoa. This, combined with the demanding dropping below the daily mining supply on November 3rd, the last time institutional demand trailed that amount of BTC mined was in March. Here's that chart for you. Essentially what they're saying is, yo, we're minting more than what we're buying, supply and demand, and right now bitch is upside down. United States government shutdown is nearing a record for the longest in history as Trump delays food benefits to millions, blah, 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 blah. Okay, look. There are some records that you would want to, have. Most home runs in a season. Would love to have my name next to that one. Biggest dong in the world. Would love to have my name next to that one. But there's some records you don't want to have. Biggest douchebag. Don't want to win that one. Biggest lion sack of shit on YouTube. I ain't definitely winning that one. We know plenty of fucking losers that are going to win that one. But there's certain records that you want your name attached to and certain ones you don't. As I said, the Republicans are voting almost unanimously to end it. And then the Democrats keep voting against ending it, Trump told 60 Minutes. You know, they've never had this. This has happened like 18 times before, and the Democrats always worked for an extension. Give us an extension, we'll work it out. The 2 federal court judges ruled on Friday that the Trump administration must use $5 billion in contingency funds to keep paying SNAP. I think that's a good thing because, to be honest with you, there's plenty of real, decent people that need SNAP benefits. There are. Not everyone is gifted like you and I with something between our ears that works as effectively as other people, right? It's the honest truth. Some people have problems where they need government assistance, whether it's short-term or longer term. Some people fall on hard times. I'm not going to say any of those people don't deserve shit. They do. Now, are there people that don't? Of course there are. There's always people that are milking programs that should. But the reality is we shouldn't punish those people that really need it because our fucking government doesn't want to work. So if you're wondering why the markets are red, well, guess what? It's because we have no hope right now with the United States government breaking this. Now, the Fed is like, look, fuck inflation. Let's add to it. Why? How? Well, we're going to add $29.4 billion in liquidity. That's a lot of money, girlfriend. Makes that 1 billion XRP look like a piece of shit. Fed just dumps that in one day. Bam! Liquidity. Fed. The Fed's repo operation has temporarily added cash to the reserves of major banks and primary dealers to cool pressures on short-term funding rates that have spiked to market-jerking highs in recent weeks, essentially saying that those funding rates are too high, and if we add liquidity, we're going to bring them on down. That will help us out short-term. The problem is long-term, we get fucked up because then the Fed's balance sheet gets high. Through the SRF, the Fed lends cash overnight to banks against high-quality collateral such as U.S. Treasury activities and mortgage bonds. Basically, more ways to fund government debt. Basically, what this is meant to do is to keep short-term interest rates and the repo rate stable enough to prevent a sudden freeze in the flow of credit. Because if credit stops, all of a sudden credit dries up, you're going to have more red up on the screen. Risk assets right now are getting pounded. Things like gold, not getting pounded. Did people take profits when gold reached all-time highs? Yes. Why? Because most fucking markets take profits when you reach all-time highs. Every time BTC has touched an all-time high, people take profits. We've seen that. ETH touches the all-time highs, people take profits. Hell, ETH goes over 4,000, people take fucking profits. So, the Fed's injecting a lot of money. The last time the Fed was forced to inject such a significant amount in the repo market was back in September 2019 when short-term rates surged unexpectedly. Global money markets will need to find their way in the world without excessive reserves, although central banks now have many ways to pump in liquidity if needed. The question is whether such liquidity will reach those in need. Will they? There are plenty of people that need credit. These same people that probably aren't getting everything they need from the government. Probably aren't getting paid. There's workers out there that have been working like a month not getting paid. When I was at the Aeropuerto, there were a bunch of agents that were working that were not getting paid. That sucks to be them. Like I said, safe haven assets like gold are still doing good. Gold back above 4,000. We're going to keep an eye on that one. Overall in the crypto market, like I said, we've pulled back. Why have we pulled back? Because when Monday comes around, which is today, that's why I'm bringing you all the hot news from today, the market is like, fuck. We don't really expect the government shutdown to end today. Nope, nor in the next few days. So everything risky is taking a pooperoni. XRP, taking a pooperoni. Discount IL5. But bro, we were told $10,000 by Friday. Well, those people are fucking stupid. And let's be honest here, the Sol ETF hasn't helped out the price of Sol. Here's Sol right here at $175, down an ass ton. The hbar ETF didn't help that out at all. hbar pretty much erased all its gains, down 7.5% last 24 hours. So hbar, where were those ETF gains? So right now, what are you noticing? Big level events, right? Uncertainty, a little United States-China action, a little bit of government shutdown action, a little bit of liquidity injection by the Fed means, oh shit, things are not good. When they're not good and you're into risky shit like crypto goes down. Now, over the last 24 hours, what have you noticed? Ooh, that's not a good chart either. The 1 week chart, not good at all either. So as you see, we had a temporary reprieve here where we started bouncing back in the mid-250s, but then we erased that shit again. Why? Melting faces. Grown men will cry. Yeah, they're going to cry because they keep getting lied to. But the XRP ETFs are set to be approved November 13th if the government shutdown doesn't help. Would that give some people some exit liquidity opportunities? If you think right now that you were like, bro, I want to get out of XRP, this has been a big dud, well, maybe you're going to have a little pumperoni action when the ETFs get announced if the government shutdown continues on November 13th. Oh, that was a long sentence. But if you like to stack long term, which a lot of you watch and do, all of a sudden you're looking at this 240 going, bro, this is extended sale season. Yeah, because the government shutdown ain't ending. And it ain't going to look like it's ending anytime soon. So you might even have more sale on aisle 5. Sailor, he's probably buying the tip. We can buy the dip because we can time it. So XRP, although the volume may be up 83%, I told you it was going to get to 2 billion this weekend. That's what happened. It went to shit. Right? We all of a sudden saw this big pullback from 250 plus now down to 240. Government needs to work together. And maybe when that government does work together, guess what? Maybe the markets can rally. And if a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass every time he hopped. Right, Cassandra? Name the movie. I showed it a few days ago, so if you can't, then you lose. Now, the frustrating part about all this is every time we seem to get that momentum, we just get knocked down with something else. It's because the world still has a lot of problems. We're still dealing with the ripple effect of pandemics, lockdowns, and ronies. Yeah, school kids are having problems. Because since the roni, school kids haven't been disciplined the same. That's just one good example. You've got building supply constraints too. Yeah, that's not good. Makes for expensive housing. Oh, that could really fuck up the economy. Yeah, it can. And you got all this uncertainty in the economy right now with the government shutdown. Because think, it's not just like SNAP benefits, but a lot of programs that the government funds where that money makes its way back to the people one way or another is now the faucet's turned off. So if you turned off the faucet, no one's getting water or beer. Let's just pretend we're drinking beer this Monday morning. Fuck, maybe I'm back in Berlin at the airport, arriving on a 9 a.m. flight, and we're hitting the bars right outside. They actually have, like, places right outside the hospital where you can, like, drink outside at, like, 9 in the morning. It's freaking awesome. Love Berlin. So, maybe that's what's going on. But right now, the market is going, yo, we don't know when this is going to end. And we're like, oh, shit, you're right. We also don't know, well, we know who CZ is. But Trump says he doesn't, even though he pardoned him. Which means what? Pay to play, baby. That's what every president does. That's a presidential benefit, a presidential perk. You can do naughty things on the old Epstein list, and maybe your friends can cover it up. I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering about all that gold in Fort Knox. We were supposed to audit that shit. Would be a great idea to audit it, especially now that gold is super high price-wise. But we haven't audited it because we probably don't fucking have it. See, NFT, according to my wife, stands for not fucking there. That's probably the gold in Fort Knox, not fucking there. Maybe we have NFTs of gold. That'd be freaking cool. You could be the crypto capital president of the world. We don't have regs. We're partying people that we don't know, and you're supposed to be like, and these are like the biggest people in crypto. Come on. We get lied to all the time, but you don't get lied to here. I bring you the news, good, bad, happy, or sad. So there's a sign behind me. Right, chaw. You see it? You better now. If you can't, well, then you're visually impaired, and fuck, I'm going to have to make a braille version of this. That'd be for hearing impaired, visually impaired. You'd have to have a few impairments for me to do that. So right now, just use your ears. Put your head out your asses. We ain't gonna get to $10,000 XP by Friday. The ETFs could be juicy, but maybe the canary ones are big. Pumperoni and dumperoni like hbar. That's Soul Fans how it's going. That's not good. Soul staking ETF, this is fucking awesome. What's native token price action? Balls. Spooky balls. Post-November spookiness. So choo-choo what? Well, the sign says it's behind me. It's been flashing for a good couple minutes. Choo-choo what? Gave you enough time. It's choo-choo bitches.